Hamish and Andy.
Yesterday, on our effort to that reminds me of a story.
Yeah.
Have one story piggy back to another for the whole show. We came across an amazing story.
We did.
We played over many, but I loved this one in particular about a fellow who was playing indoor lawn bowls at his home.
Yeah.
And there was an incident, and he tried to pull the wool over his a parent's eyes.
Yeah.
Have you missed it? This is kind of what happened.
It got fairly, lively, the game of indoor lawn bowls, to the point where one went through a window.
Yep.
We panicked. Mum wasn't home yet, but I'd read enough books by that stage to know that you had to get the glass from outside the window and put it inside if you wanted to make your parents think that it was going to be a rock coming through the window the other way.
Yeah, very good.
So there's Rod telling us about how he had to create the crime scene. He also got a rock, found a rock and put it inside.
Similar shaped rock. He got bought undone because it would have been a magic rock, an impossible
he said
angle.
till these days, his parents don't know. Police even came round.
Police
They
got
bought
involved. Everyone went, well, this is what's happened. We've been targeted, hate crime.
Quite extraordinary, Haim, the story. And we wanted to hear more of those. On 13 10 60.
We did raise the topic yesterday, have you ever faked a crime scene? And you and I, Ando, were chatting today about a mate of ours called George, who lives in England. This is we're not going to get anything this extreme, and I hope we don't. But yeah, George was mates with a guy that was about, I think he was about 18 or 19, just got his license. Parents left him home for the weekend. He took his dad's car out and unfortunately had a bit of an accident in the car. Wasn't allowed to drive the car. Drives it back home, sitting on the couch thinking, what do I do? What do I do? I'm in big trouble here. Decides to fake that the car's been stolen. So drives it to an abandoned or to a construction site nearby that didn't have anyone around. It was about midnight. And then, and again, kids, silly, think this stuff through. He burnt it. Okay. Then he walks home going, what have I done? What have I done?
Okay,
I've burnt Dad's car, but in the hopes it would build an alibi. Then he starts thinking, what will make this story more plausible?
Yeah.
And then, again, a brilliant example of, in a choose-your-own-adventure book, sometimes you kiss the princess, sometimes you get eaten by the dragon.
Yeah.
He's made another bad decision. He's stolen his mum's car and driven it to the same spot and burnt that one
as well.
So he's burnt two cars because he thinks it adds weight to the story. Clearly, this isn't just one car burnt.
Then calls police.
Well, yeah, calls the police in the morning, and he goes home, goes to bed, wakes up in the morning, goes, and now I'll pretend that I've discovered both cars are missing. The police come over. He's so nervous, he's psyching himself up to have to do the whole, whoa, where have the cars gone? Yeah. The police open the door. He's so nervous he vomits on the police. They also had found the petrol can at the scene that had his fingerprints on it. He got done for it. He still owes his dad about $150,000.
Scott, on 13 10 60, you tried to fake a crime.
Yeah, g'day, mate. How are you?
Very good,
well.
Scotty.
Well, yeah, see, what happened was I worked for a quite a large, well-known company, and they gave us laptops at long last. I'd been on about getting a laptop for ages, and they finally gave us one. And I had it with me in the car, went and saw a customer, came back, and went home, went to get my laptop out of the car and realised that it wasn't there. And I said, it's got to be here somewhere. Anyway, realised I'd obviously left it somewhere, but in actual fact it had really been stolen, but there was no evidence on the car that someone had broken in. So I thought, well, I can't tell work that, I've had it a day and it's been stolen. So I drove a couple of metres up the road where I thought it was quite secluded, picked up a big rock and tried to smash the window of the car to make it look like someone had actually really broken in, even though they had.
Yeah.
And only to find that there was a house and the people were looking at me and they called the cops on me and I got busted for smashing my own car window.
Can you get arrested for doing that?
Well, yeah, you sort of can.
What do you mean?
So they can go, you're just damaging property even though it's your own?
Yeah, well, they then, when I had to tell them what the story actually really was, it was falsifying or doing something wrong because making up false claims.
I think it says that on the form too, and we're arresting Scott for falsifying something or doing something wrong. Send him to Australia to be hanged.
Thank you, Scott. Bernie, you faked the crime scene as a kid.
I did. I was
about 9 years old, and everyone in the street was getting new house alarms because there was a sort of a series of break and enters in our street. And I thought, we haven't been broken into yet, so I staged one, pulled the TV out, the video, scattered it all around the house, and told the oldies that we had been robbed and got an alarm.
So you did it for extra home security?
Yeah, that's right, and they still don't know to this day.
Bernie, why did you want an alarm so much?
Oh, just, the whole idea of having the blue flashing light on the house and all that.
Just because all the other kids had one.
But Bernie...
That's right, we're the only ones without one.
So you've staged a break-in by a criminal that seemed intent on taking the TV out of the wall but not stealing it.
That's right, because I said they were interrupted because I came home from school.
Oh, yeah, they're terrified of a 9-year-old. Came home from school, pulled out my red right-handed paper scissors and scared him off.
Well done, Bernie. I love the idea of I just want an alarm system as well.
You're going to mess up the house
instead of asking.
Do you know what,
parents?
Because an alarm system as a kid is one of the most fun toys you can have. We didn't have one, but my grandparents did.
Oh, yeah.
How fun is it just playing that game where you just walk as slowly as you can through the room so the little red light doesn't go off?
There's the school holidays.
That's 2 months.
Hamish and Andy.